This is an update from Black Cat Studios and my Goodbye Yellow Butterfly album and book project. I was so excited to get my copies of Grief is a Mess by Jackie Schold. And I love this book. I love this book so much that it's one of the perks for this Indiegogo campaign. And this was the book that first made me smile, maybe even laugh just a tiny bit after Nick died. And I think it was this page that I opened it up to. There's a walrus and he's saying, "You just need to choose to be happy." And the other walrus is thinking, "If I whack you on the head, will you choose to be happy?" He didn't actually say it, but boy, he was thinking it. And I can tell you, there have been many times when I've felt that way. You know, people are really well-meaning, but sometimes they just don't know what to say or how to say it. And as Jackie says, it can be frustrating when others don't know how to help. So I highly recommend this book for you if you're grieving, or for you if you have a friend who's in grief. It's a light book, a very little book on a very heavy subject, loss and deep grief. And everybody experiences that. But anyway, grief is a mess. I had an interesting week. I discovered these antique relics from last century. They are discs that contain some video of Nick in Europe and some of our early blue screen attempts with our brand new high 8 camera. It was the best at the time. Well, we thought it was great at the time. And I also found in my treasure hunt a file that said Nick Various. And so I used a clip or two from that as the soundtrack. So here, take a look and a listen. One of the other things I've been doing over the last couple weeks has been to go through some of Nick's pieces. And as I continue to do that, I keep making all these discoveries in my treasure hunt. And this particular piece that I'm working on right now is called Starless. and it's a piece by King Crimson, a very early piece, and Nik wanted to do an updated version and totally his own arrangement, and it really is totally his own arrangement. And he also wanted me to sing on this, and he worked so diligently on this in late 2015. And some of it's still in MIDI, but I've been taking the MIDI parts, trying to figure out which instruments and recording them to audio. And the thing that's interesting to me about this piece is that it seems to be an internal landscape of the way Nik was feeling at the time. And there's this incessant, compelling one-note guitar line that goes throughout a lot of the piece. And I just wonder if maybe that was Nik's pain. And then the guitar is just crying, and there's so many of these sounds that just show probably pretty much what he was feeling, and then there's such deep beauty in it. So I wanted to share just a teeny bit of this, especially the piece with that incessant guitar part. And here, let me hit play. So that's just an excerpt from Starless, the piece that Nik was working on. And I sang the vocals. I did one take, and he said, "That's great." And I'm going, "Okay, if you say so." Anyway, I don't know if that's going to be one of the digital downloads or not, but I have to select 3 or 4 of them to be one of the perks, because I promised that. And I also promised Nik that I would do this. And this has made me think about what is legacy. You know, what is it that each of us brings to the world? What's the gift that we each have? And, you know, music was Nik's gift, and this is his legacy, but it's unfinished. And so I'm feeling like my gift to Nik, my gift of love to Nik, besides the album Goodbye Yellow Butterfly, is completing his work and putting that in a form that makes it a legacy.